Anything else you want to add? Hello, beautiful people. Hello. Let me get the sound on. Let me get the sound on. Let me get the light on as well. Don't go anywhere. Hello, 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 everyone. Hello, beautiful people. Hello, everyone. Is that too many? Is that kind of? Is that too many shadows? Welcome, Andrew Rubin, Maltese Phil. Julian is here. Tea time. It's tea time. Well, it's not. It's tea. It's tea time. It's dinner time too. And Claire, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Claire. She always has a nice word to say about Lewis Schaffer, and I have always a nice word to say about her because she's lovely. And then there's Lorna, same thing, beautiful, beautiful Lorna, and beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Joodles is here for Lewis Schaffer, and Joe Warrior Princess, beautiful Joe. Joe is here. Andrew Rubin, thank you guys for coming in. Thank you, thank you, thank you for coming in to today's show. It's going to be not show, it's a stream. It's not a show. It's not a show. We can make it a show. It's a show. It's a show. It's a show. Look at my hair. Oh my God, it looks so. I mean, I used to be so handsome. I used to be so handsome, but this maybe I'm losing my hair because of this show. Maybe I should blame you people. Live chat is on. Thank you, Joodles. I do appreciate that. How is the microphone? How is this the sounds? Army of M says hello. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Army of M is here. And it's not a show. This is not a show. And it always starts off horrible. It starts off really, really bad, these things. I mean, the last couple of shows, I've enjoyed screaming, and I've enjoyed getting passionate and angry and really caring about stuff, but I don't know, and I think people do too here. I think you do here. Let's see if this thing, I'm raising this up a bit higher. And I think you do too. You care about this stuff. What's going on? I mean, I do not support Prince Andrew, but probably, and he might be a really bad man. I don't know what, I mean, he is bad. He's a member of the royal family. Of course, he's bad. Girl from Mars is here. Oh, you're not doing that well. What is the matter? Tell us what is the matter from you. No, he's my Prince Andrew. He's my Prince Andrew. I want him to be my Prince Andrew. You could take his name away. That's so typical. You're taking his name away. These are the same people who are giving people names that they don't deserve. Why should you take his name away? He's a prince. He was born a prince. He was raised a prince. He's the son of the king. I get passionate, Lorna. Andrew is very bad, and there are many others. Yeah, there are many others, including King William. Not King William. I'm jumping ahead. King Charles. Charles. So he is. I guess he is bad. But who are the worst people in this country? Now, you know what? He's bad. I'm not going to say there are other people who are worse, so we can't do anything with that guy. What did he do that was so wrong? And I saw a very interesting thing, and I should post it. It's Lewis. Are you willing to part with your Prince Andrew plate? I want it. Yeah, I'm willing to part with it. I'll put it up on. I'll put. I meant to do it today, but I didn't do it today. I should put the plates up on my whatchamacallit page, my Vinted page. My Vinted page. Lewis. Okay. His jizz is princely, then, assuming he's a prince. Yes, yeah, and whatever a prince has is princely, whatever. If he has a cup of tea, it's a princely cup of tea. He was a prince. He was told he was a prince. This whole thing goes to show what a horror. I shouldn't be this way. Thank you, Army. I'm going to put it up. I'll put up a Prince Andrew plate.
Yeah, but Prince Andrew got into like an altercation when he was like a young man with a footman.
With a footman?
With a footman, and the footman punched him in the face because he was being a twat.
Well, you know what?
And then the Queen didn't fire the footman because she said that Andrew deserved being punched.
That's good parenting almost. Is that what you're saying,
Yeah.
producer?
Yeah.
What the producers told me that Prince Andrew was punched in the face by a footman. A footman. I'm more of a leg man. I'm not a big fan of the feet.
What the best you can do?
That is the best joke I could come up with. But he was punched by Prince Andrew, and when he was a child, right? How young?
Like 20.
Like 20 years old, and they didn't fire, and the Queen didn't fire the footman. Well, because you can't fire people who punch people. You know what I mean? Maybe you can. I don't know if you can.
I think you're meant to.
I think you're meant to. That's a good question. My comment didn't come in the chat box. What did your comment? Get well soon to Girl from Mars. Well, I hope you do get well. Stay warm. Take a warm bath. This is Girl from Mars. She was feeling sick. So what do you think about that? I'm so happy my son actually talks to me. No more. He says no more. I heard he was punched in the foot by a face man, says Kermit. Are you laughing at that? I didn't say that. That's what Kermit said. My son is laughing, Kermit. My son is laughing. I'd wait till he's in prison. Then it'll be worth the bigger bucks. Yeah, maybe he's not going to go to prison. Well, this is what what's his name? What's the guy's name? Now I can't even remember his name. The guy in Daily Wire. What's the guy's name in Daily Wire?
Idris Elba.
No, not Idris. Daily Wire, not the
Wire.
Daily Wire. What's his name?
Ben Shapiro.
Ben Shapiro. He said there are facts, and then there's suppositions. He didn't say it this way, but there's actual evidence that the guy did something wrong. Ben Shapiro. Thank you, Judels.
He's not being charged with any of the sexual related stuff.
He's not being charged with any of the sex-related stuff. I guarantee, none of that stuff. What is he being charged with? He's been charged with talking out of turn, which is
use of public office.
What does that mean? Because he gave money. He spoke to Jeff. Shared information.
Which he shouldn't have.
Streaky Bacon's here. He doesn't like Ben Shapiro. I actually like him. Remember, I went to school with people like that, super bright Jews. Apparently, he was a twat of a man, obnoxious pillock. His maids had to put his teddy in order on his sticky. Yeah, they're his maids. He's the prince. What is that illegal to do? To ask your maid to do that? Haven't you asked your maids to do that? And he was kicked in the face by a handmaid. That's very, very funny, Kermit. Very funny. There are rumors that Andrew's daughters are involved in some of the misdemeanors. Yeah, spread the rumors. Maybe it's true. Maybe it's true. They just want to get rid of the entire family, and that's what they do. He's got two kids. They're not great-looking kids. They're not two great-looking kids. Anyway, so there we go. Let me just see if I've missed anybody. What did you say, Claire? Claire said Girl from Mars. Girl from Mars is really poorly. What is the matter? And Lewis Schaffer will come up with a remedy for your sickness. A very specific remedy for your sickness. Girl from Mars. What is the matter? And I will tell you what you need to do. Oh, okay. What you need to do is you need to take a warm bath and eat low carb. I went to the shop today, and I did not buy any carbs. I did not buy any bad genes. Both girls have the blood of two bad uns. Yeah, I don't find. Yeah, she's actually her looks have matched her soul. She was all right looking when she was young, or right-ish, and now she looks absolutely horrible. Maybe it's the cigarettes and the alcohol and the. I don't know. Of course he'll get off with the noncery, says Judels, and Judels knows this stuff. This week, a man got 10 months for grabbing a child from her mother, yelling he wanted to R a white girl. Dropped his trousers and assaulted her in town. Yeah, horrible. You know what? So what are we going to get at? I mean, I don't think Prince Andrew did that. I don't think he did. I think a girl flew all the way and was paid £15,000 to go do him. And she knew she was going to do him. You go get on this plane, girl, and you go do Prince Andrew. yelling he wanted to. That's what Judel says. Yeah, that's horrible. Is it the horse teeth that makes members of the royal family unattractive, Lewis? Uh, I mean, you have to remember. I mean, I thought Prince Andrew was all right looking. I think Charles is not that good looking. I think what's his name lost his hair, and he's, it's bad when you lose your hair, William. So they're not all bad looking. And they had Princess Diana, who I met. I met her, or maybe it was the actress that was playing Princess Diana. Do you think the royal family is ugly? Disney was like that when I worked for them. All the soft toys had to be in a specific order on Plush Mountain. There was a diagram and everything. Which Disney? The Disney who's still there? Joodles. I read that yesterday. What an absolute evil piece of filth. Oh, there you go. Well, the girls are ganging up. Yeah, horrible, horrible. But the women of this country and the men too are letting them in. Do you think the men want to let them in? Do you think I want to let these people in? No, I don't. We mustn't talk about things like that, Streaky Bacon. Well, I think we can talk about that. The royals are all M words. It's really, I mean, yeah, right now it's true. And even if they weren't, they're still bad. But you think the royal family is good for this country. They bring in her, whatever you think it is. Me and Caroline missed you at Lewis's show, Claire. Claire, that's right, Claire. Hello, this is Claire without an eye. Claire without an eye is here. Yeah, we missed you. We were waiting for you. The judge is worse, Claire. In summing up, he said it was out of character and he didn't mean it. The prick appeared via video link because he's already banged up 24 offenses already. Yeah. I mean, I've been in front of courts fighting for my children. And there's something wrong with English people. I'm sorry. British people. I'm sorry. The Anglo-Saxons, Jews. There's something, they're a bit too generous, or maybe they've been told what they're supposed to believe, or maybe because they're never elected, or who knows what it is. Good day, all. I've been listening on my phone, Ron Smith says, but can only comment on the laptop. Okay, I know the feeling. Everybody, welcome Ron Smith. And Streaky Bacon is here. It's a hush crime. A hush crime. Lewis. Yeah, we got to keep it down because we got to let these people in because we need someone to Deliveroo and to Just Eats and to paint our flats. We need more workers, more slaves to come in. But the slaves are not just slaves. They got eight children. The Disney store in Manchester, at the Disney store every night at 6 p.m. we had to hold hands in a semicircle around the entrance and sing. And now it's time to say goodbye to all our company. MIC. See you real soon. Yeah, well, that's work. Work is, Kermit, working is horrible for somebody. But women would rather work than be with their children. Or a lot of them would. Now watch me. I'm going off on it. Work is bad. Work is bad. But women would rather be a slave to a corporation than maybe be nice to their husbands, than maybe be nice to Lewis Schaffer. I was in the A&E totally gutted not to go, but at least I had a proper checkup and meds, so all good. Meds. So are you feeling better? What is the matter? Tell me what's the matter, and I'll tell you what you need to do to cure yourself. I'll give you specific, unique, and medical advice from Lewis Schaffer. Even though I don't believe in medicine, I don't believe medicine is medicinal. I don't think you should take any pills. I've stopped taking all pills. All pills. I hope I don't die. I don't have a stroke right here. Hello, Claire, says Claire. Okay. So what was the matter, Claire? Anyway, the problem as I see it, this is Maltese Phil. Andrew can't get a fair trial. No juror will not have seen what's going on. Well, yeah. Well, the whole country's not fair. The whole country's been brainwashed by the BBC and the Daily Mail and everything, and the Sun. They've all been brainwashed, and they've all, they say, well, we have to be against this guy because he's not the king. He's eighth in line, so screw the guy. So it's not even a fair trial. How can he get a fair trial? The jury of his peers. I think is that the ruling just in America? Oh, they want to eliminate juries too. Oh my God, I hope you're okay now, hon. So why did the judge let the guy go free? Because they don't have juries of the free. Andrew Rubin says Mandami, who's the mayor of New York City, he's a communist, just increased on a 10% tax on property tax. The residents are very upset. Yes, that's why we can't have council housing, because when people own their own homes, it prevents communism from coming. And when the council owns their home, it's a communist government. No, Lewis, being a mom is the best job in the world. Okay, that's what I agree. I agree. Being the best job in the world. And why do men work? Because they want to give money to the wives to look after the kids. Because being a husband and a parent is the best job for a man. Jubal says, no, that's awful. No, that's awful. Claire says, I second that. My blood pressure was running 255 and 155 constant. What was your heart rate running at? You have to know what the heart rate was. If your heart rate is, that's very high. That's even higher than Lewis Schaffer. That's higher than Lewis Schaffer. My advice to you, if you've got high, you've got to go low carbs. Number one, low carbs. You've got to stop drinking coffee, even though I don't. You've got to stop drinking coffee. Andrew could choose to give evidence under oath in Congress. But has shown no willingness. Trump hardly going to call for extradition, is he? No, that's a fucking lie about Donald Trump. Of course, Donald Trump was hanging out with this guy. He's hanging out with lots of rich people. Did they find that Donald Trump did anything? Did he do anything because of Jeffrey Epstein? I don't think so. I'm defending Donald Trump. Brainwashed or influenced by its owners. Who is brainwashed? Streaky Bacon. I haven't done my blood pressure today. Have you done your blood pressure today, Claire? Most important thing is to eat low carb. High blood pressure is an irritation. Streaky says, no, only deserving cases like Julian Assange gets extradited. Yeah, that was horrible. I love being a mom and looking after my grandsons. There you go. Says Lorna Hutchinson. I'm with you. Maybe it's not, this is not a friendly chat, but this is what I believe. Have high blood pressure from preeclampsia, so I don't drink coffee, Lewis. Okay, you don't. What about how much do you weigh? Are you fat? I love you, but are you fat? I'm a nutter. I am a nutter. Yeah, I'm a nutter. I believe what I believe, and I disregard the rest. In the clearing stands a boxer and a fighter by his trade, and he carries the reminder of every glove that's laid him down, and every whatever. I want grandsons, Claire, but my daughter preferred dogs. Yeah, we've been told that dogs are better than grandsons. We prefer that work is better than having children. We've been told lots of things, and I believed it. If I had to do my life over again, it would be totally different. But I've been taught a lie, and now I got these two boys here, but I'm alone and lonely. I'm forced to think these horrible thoughts, and then you get into more trouble. Basically, I am huge, Lewis. 28 stone. Well, I'm going to give you some advice. Is that true? I know you've said that before. What you have to do is you have to stop eating carbs. Just do that. Stop eating any kind of plants and just eat red meat. I've got some lamb at the Morrisons today, which is a mess. I mean, I love it. It's like a huge shop. I would love grandkids, but my offspring got vaccinated, so we don't expect good news in the future. Yeah, they vaccinate because they don't care about having kids, and people don't care about kids that much. So Claire, let's go on a diet, Claire. Look at how great Lewis. Can you see how great? You probably can't see. You can't see. I weigh 77.2 kilograms. 77.2. Only one of my sons has children. One of my sons has children. Lorna. Yeah. Yeah, let's try to have, I mean, I don't know, you can't force the kids, but we live in a world which says that having children is bad. Paul Simon is a genius of lyrics music. Kate Man, he wrote with a Nobel Prize winning poet, Catch It Before It's Banned. What it's about, it's kind of like, what's his name song, like Reuben Hurricane Carter. This is the story about the hurricane, the man the authorities came to blame. Claire says, I love lamb. Well, I bought some lamb. It's expensive. I bought it on the bone. And I cut the meat off of it and I put it in the freezer. And I took the beef, I took the bone and I boiled it and I ate that there. I lost 1 kilogram this week. Unfortunately, I put on 3 last week. We're not thinking about the past. We're living in the present. Maltese Phil, you're thin and beautiful and muscly. And the girls love you here. The girls love you here. 77.2 is a good weight. It's not perfect for me. It's not perfect. And do I look good in this light? I'm not sure. I can't see really. I can see if I look good. Why did you spend 2 nights in the slammer, Claire without an eye? Thank you, Claire, for saying that. I love meat, but not offal. Well, you can eat offal. You can eat it. You shouldn't just eat it in the same amount you eat the red beef. Yeah, Bob Dylan. That's a Bob Dylan song. No, you look awful. I look awful. I don't eat awful, but you look awful. Thank you very much, Ruben. I don't look that great. I don't look as great. My hair. Problem is my hair. I don't really have a face shape. Luckily, my eyebrows are dark. So, I mean, I was in Morrison's, and the women have these eyebrows. The few white women living who go to Morrison's now, the whole place is filled with other types of people who'd want to have kids these days, dragging them from hostels to temporary housing because Lewis won't build more affordable housing for them. There's no such thing as affordable housing. For them, yeah, make it cheap for them. But maybe they should make more money. Maybe they should stay with their husbands. Maybe where is the money coming from to build those houses? Who is benefiting from those houses? The Chinese developers and the king and the queen or whatever it is, the rich people. And they're being built on cemetery land, or not cemetery land, but they're being built on parks in this thing. Thank you, Claire. Thank you, Claire. I'm against Eller. I'm against building housing. I'm against building housing, and the people should get out of London, and they should start a business somewhere else without the government. That's what I believe. I know you're going to hate me. This is the end of the line for Lewis Schaffer. If any of you people stay or come back, it's Friday. You're not going to come back. You're not going to come back. I mean, this is what happens to me. People realize what a horrible, horrible person I am. Lewis. Caveman was written with black poet Derek Walcott, who liberally uses the N-word. So yes, similar reasons Hurricane were called a crazy ginger. I mean, really, you're not going to get any sympathy for me. I heard about that. I read all about it, and I forget everything about it because it's horrible. Apparently, asking the police to investigate serious crime, which they refuse to do so, I asked, are you fucking retarded? That was enough for 7 officers to take the front door off at 3 a.m., Claire. Yeah. F the police. I mean, I'm saying that. I mean, maybe I shouldn't even say that. Maybe we can't say that. We can't say that. Council sold off the houses under Thatcher. They haven't built many more, and they're now going bankrupt because there's less income coming in. It shouldn't be a fucking money-making proposition, building housing, which they then have to bring people in from other countries to get more money from the federal government, from whatever, the central government. Okay? I mean, really, come on, Steve. It's not a money-making enterprise. This is what I believe. You can believe it. You can believe it because you're a communist. You people are all communists, according to me. Land acknowledgement and Peckham, please. The Jutes, the Picts, the Angles. Yes. Yeah. But even not the Jutes and the Picts. What about the Welsh people who were living there before I think I'm trying to remember who took over this area. We don't want that over here. If you trailer trash, we don't want that over here. If you don't build the houses, no, we don't want trailer trash. But we don't want divorce. We don't want divorce, and we want people to own their own homes and to pass them on to their children. They are being built on graveyards, Lewis. Headstones have been used for foundations, ballast by Streaky. I don't know if that's true. I was involved here in Camberwell Cemetery, and they just basically wanted to bury more bodies to make more money out of it because they didn't plan for the future. Claire with an I asked Claire without an I. You spent 2 nights in prison in jail for this. Explain how housing in the UK and the US has gone from 2.5 times the average salary to 6 times the average salary. Number 1, through inflation. Okay. Number 2, through mass importation of people into the country. Number 3 is divorce into the country. Number 1 is single people owning homes when they should be living with their families. I just explained it. Lewis, you dragged me away from listening to Mozart. Oh, there we go. Dun. Oh, that's Beethoven. Enfield Council declared as Britain's benefit capital because of immigrants claiming benefits. Enfield Council declared as, I don't know what that means, as Britons, saying that in all the frontline officers were sound and really decent men. Well, I mean, really, I mean, are they? Picts died out in 900 AD. Well, didn't we say that there was no such thing as Picts? Caring for the less fortunate of society is not communism. No, it isn't. But building housing for people who don't deserve it in foreign countries to destroy our own family and to be controlled by the council and the central government is communism. Yeah, it's communism, Streaky Bacon. I'm telling you, I know you don't. I think you're probably a right-wing lunatic compared to the other people in Southwark, and not Southwark, in Britain. But to me, you're a communist. Homes for people. The people were happier than living in the streets and in hostels. Homes for people. They weren't in the streets and they weren't in hostels. Money from rent was going towards the council and should have been pumped back into the local area. It shouldn't have been taken out of the local area. Americans are richer because their taxes are less too, even though their taxes are outrageous in some of these states. I've seen graveyards of graveyards being desecrated, Lewis. It's true. Yes, we put all those pictures up. Yes, but are they being desecrated to build houses on the graves? It's possible, and they'd like to do that. But what they did in Southwark is that they had the graveyards, the cemetery was filled up. And so they said, well, let's take away the headstones and cut down the trees, and we'll put more graves in the graves already. Not money making, but using it properly. What is not money making? I don't live in a council house, and I've seen the inside of a hospital once in the last 10 years for an X-ray. But I'm the communist. Yes, you are a communist. You don't even know you're a communist. You just think the government needs to be run better. It cannot be run better. It's just centralization. That's what it all is. That's what I believe. I'm calling you a communist, Judel. First of all women are communists, basically. There are people of what we call Wales, but not called Welsh. There were people who were living here, and when the Anglo-Saxons and Jutes invaded and took over, they were forced to move out there. The Welsh people are just British people with an attitude problem. You could say that maybe. A lot of people I know hate being called Welsh. Cymru. They want to be called Cymru or Cymro. Yeah, maybe you're right. Welsh. What does Welsh mean? I think it means foreign language speaker. So it is kind of a racist term. I'm a right wing and I turn in circles, Lewis, but I believe in looking after society's well off. Who is we? Who is we? You're in favor of taxing the wealth of this country. what's this? What do you mean by societies well off? Do you mean societies with an apostrophe? You mean like Nigerians or Ethiopians or Bulgarians moving here, or do you mean the people not well off in the country? The reason we have nobody well off in this country because we're not economically viable. We. Lewis, my mate worked in security, says Claire without an eye. He told me all of what's going on for us to fight each other so it saves them, the elites, the job of mass extinction. I agree with that. Like men and women fighting each other. Just fighting each other. Judith is going to go pack. Where are you going to go pack to? People who can't win an argument turn to name calling. We're all communists. Game over, Lewis. You lose. Maybe I don't lose because maybe it's true. Maybe you believe in a huge central government owning all. What happens when all the property is owned by the state or most of it? And you maybe use the R word to say retarded. They come knock on your door and they say you got to move out, but you can't find another home. So it keeps you in place. Yeah, I'm saying you are a communist, Steve. I know you don't like to. It's bothering you. I know you don't like to accept the truth about the U.S., Lewis, but the cost of living is way more than here too. Even in places like South Carolina, except maybe the housing. No, it is not way more. People in America, they own cars. They have huge houses. Huge houses. I'm living in a great big house here, supposedly. But compared to America, it's the size of a New York City studio apartment. But it was built by the council. It's the size of a studio apartment in New York. There we go. What I'm losing the plot now. No, Lewis, just white British, less fortunate. Less fortunate than what? Than being able to get a job, being able to get work, being able, I was told a really interesting story by one of our members here who told me about all the girls who remember when all the teenage girls got pregnant back in the day, and then they were all given a home. They were all given a home because they got pregnant they got basically rewarded for having a baby, which is a blessing thing. We don't believe a word you say, non-spacking, woman-hating, Muslim-loving. Am I Muslim-loving? Narc. What does it mean to be a narc? What does that mean? Am I going to have to look up the word narc? I'm going to look it up. Tell me what the word narc means, if you're going to call it to me. It is more, Lewis. I speak to friends in 4 different states every single day, and we compare the cost of living on the daily. Is it more to live in America than it is here? I don't think it is. People have huge cars. You could price the home in Mississippi, which is now richer than Britain. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I don't know. This is a great place. The council will give you a home. We'll give you a home. It is more. Okay, so it is more. It is more. It's not going to be more anymore because of Donald Trump, even though tariffs, whatever. Who the fuck do you think pays for you, Lewis? Who pays for all those weekly medical tests? You don't work. I don't have weekly medical tests. Yeah, yeah. Who pays? Who pays? First of all, I think I've brought more money into the country from the United States of America when I moved here. I made it possible for my wife to keep her business going. Am I on benefits here? I'm living on American money. Basically, in America, they have Dollar Tree. I'd love to have one near me. It looks great. It looks great. It looks great. Lefty loons call people names if they can't win an argument or if you don't agree with them. I'm not calling you a name. I'm just saying you're a communist, which means you got to say I'm not a communist and explain to me why you're not a communist. It's if you are a communist, that's not an insult. It's like calling me gay. If you call me gay, it's not an insult, I don't think. Okay? If you say to me, I'm a right-wing fascist, it's not an insult because I know what you mean by it. Dave Toby, you could stay here, Lewis, but we will keep an eye on you. Yeah. I mean, Yeah, well, it's the NHS. They want to spend money on people. They give me tests, which reminds me, I've got to go in on the 27th for some more tests. They give me tests. They're constantly sending me free pills, which I don't take. I have not been to the doctor for surgery except for my knee when I messed up my knee. Why the F do we need to explain to you, Lewis? Read the room. None of us are communists. You're just name calling. To me, you all support the council building houses. And I think that that's evil. Okay? And that's what communists do not think that's evil. Communists believe we're looking after our fellow people as people are killed. I'm reading the room. I am here, not worry, Joe. Okay. I've been constantly invited to NHS tests. Yes. I'm invited for tests. They give me tests and they say to me, oh, your cholesterol is high. Take this pill. I say, no, thank you. Or they say to me, your blood pressure is high. Take these pills. And I say, no, thank you. Providing safety nets for them who suffer some misfortune is not communism. Your knee and your ass is my knee. Is a communism. Collective, in and of itself, it is. It is communism. Building houses for people, having the council own them, and council decide who lives in them is communism. Okay? Providing jobs for people is communism. Sending a check to people is communism. I believe it's communism. Andrew Rubin. Okay, you're not a communist. What are you guys? I don't know what you guys are. I thought you all agreed with me, but you don't. That's why I'm calling you communism. I'm a landlord in the UK. I do not support building council houses. There you go. Thank you very much, Maltese Phil. Thank you very much. Well, that's two people on my side, me and Maltese Phil. If the council hasn't built your house, where would you live? This hypocrisy is actually off the scale. Somebody else would have built my house. And there wouldn't have been homes for people to move into. So they wouldn't have let the horrible masses of the world, including myself, move in here. And I paid for this house. So where would your money be, Joodles, if I hadn't given Southern Council, if I hadn't paid a woman for this house? We will let you stay if you become a Restore Britain member. I'm getting into an argument, producer. You should listen to this. It's really not pleasant. Anyway, don't listen. Oh, look who's here. Bentley Books is here. Beautiful, beautiful Liz Bentley. Thank you very much. You missed the first half of the thing. They're turning me. I blame the Fabian Society for everything, Lorna. Well, I don't even know what they do, but they're communists, right? The Fabians. They're quiet communists, which is what building council flats is. It's quiet. Yes, it is. My son disagrees with me because he was raised by that horrible woman. I was going to say hi. Thank you very much. Is your book out? We have to promote your book. Yes, the landlords wouldn't agree. It works out better for those who own properties, like the elites. Yes, take the housing away from the people who own their own home. Let's lose. What did you get, producer? Yeah. The Fabians are crazy, says Lilith. Oh, look at this. Oh, that's not an orange. You call this an orange? Is that an orange? That's my son. Thank you very much. It's a bit of wonder he doesn't sleep at night. I don't sleep at night. I don't sleep. I should be. I'm too passionate. That's what women love about me. I've got no skin color. I've got nothing. Look at my face is descending into the thing. Everyone should own a home, but not the whole street. Well, that's another question. But they should be able to own a home and maybe own as many homes as they want. Is this a different Lewis? He looks different. There are selections of Lewis, like there are different Bidens. It could be, yeah. I've been on a tear for 3 days, right? WEF, you will own nothing and be happy. Eats a bug, says Claire. Yes, that's communism. WEF are communists. I mean, and who benefits from it? So the rich people benefit from it. Go on the sunbed. Yes, I meant to go today, but I woke up late. and I had to go. I went into Morrison's to buy some lamb. It's raining again. It's raining again. Lamb and beef fat. Thank you very much, Liz. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Liz Bentley. Hooray, the date I met Anthony's dad 27 years ago. I will not be jinxed. Is that today? This is the date you met Anthony's dad. That's lovely. If people are allowed to own lots of property, then everyone cannot own their own home. It can't work both ways. Well, maybe there should be an upper limit, but that makes me a communist. BlackRock are trying to buy the land under your homes in the UK. Well, they're basically being stopped in America, you know, and eventually BlackRock will go bankrupt and they'll have to sell all those homes. You know, Dave, he thinks everyone's a wanker, especially us, apparently. I don't think everyone is a wanker. I think you have wanker beliefs. Your belief in social housing. I'm going to have an orange while we're eating this. In social housing is wankerish. That doesn't make you a wanker. This country has been buried by the BBC, is buried by socialists. Has anyone reminded? Yeah, I'm on live chat. Have I missed anybody's comment? I don't think you are a wanker, Joodles. I think you're wrong about certain things, but this is the thing. You can have two thoughts at the same time. I think Joodles is great, but I think she's wrong about a lot of things, especially this whole woman thing she's obsessed with. What you say doesn't make sense, Lewis. You can't have a free market and everyone own their own home. I'm not saying everyone should own their own home. We have to have rental housing because people move. It helps the economy to have, people being able to move within the country. So you need rental housing, basically. But should BlackRock own everything? I mean, BlackRock is an evil enterprise. Everybody's waving hello. Chartel is here. Beautiful, beautiful Chartel. Chartel. We have all been wanked. No, you're not. Will you take in a dinghy man, Dave Towie? No. Fuck 'em no. Fuck 'em no. Unless maybe if they're a Jew and they're about to be killed by the Palestinians. But why would I take them in? BlackRock effing over the arches in Peckham, where my husband rents a workshop, Bentley Books. We're going to leave London in a few years. It's too expensive, which is what people should do. They should move. They shouldn't expect the council. Like the town that I grew up in, Liz Bentley, is too expensive. Nobody I know as a kid lives there. Even the rich kids don't live there because it's too expensive. You move to a different place, and that's the history of the world. Lewis, USA will have to refund all the extra tariff after the Supreme Court ruling. It looks like Trump effed up. He didn't eff up. He told America what needs to be done. He showed America what needs to be done. He showed America what needs to be done. And when that gets sent back, and it costs America money, people will see what a mistake it is, and they'll pass a law which enables Donald Trump to do the tariffs. To do the tariff sell there. Ulrich says, thick, unproductive people should not be given accommodation where energetic, industrial people can't afford to live. Yes, that's exactly true. You don't have a house, but you know what? You know where there's cheap housing for you. Go up to wherever, I don't know, up in the north somewhere. It's so much cheaper. But why should we build a house in this area for you? I mean, I know you believe that because because you're communists. Because the BBC is a communist publicity organization. But rental housing shouldn't be set by a cabal of elites who own the rest of the properties and fix the price so their investment goes up 6 times inflation. Think it through, man, says Kermit. No, it won't be. It won't be because people buy stuff and they have children and then it gets divided by the children and then you buy your own house. You don't want the government to fight cabals, and you don't want cabals to own the government. I think you were born yesterday in the wrong body. I was not born yesterday. Oh yeah, maybe because I'm old, I lost all the color in my skin. Maybe my hometown is way too expensive for us locals. Yes, so we got to move. Unfortunately, you got to move. You should have bought your own home, and then your home would be worth millions. Maybe I don't know what your hometown is, and then you sell it and you move to another place where you could buy two homes. How's your carbs getting on? I've got to calm down. I've got you getting me all upset. Why are you doing this to me? You think I'm a wanker. You just want to argue with me. Lilith, the first visit is to Starmer, where Fink after his election. Probably that's true. Well, you know what? Yeah, my friend, my friend in Moscow is doing well. He is good there at the moment. Anyway, the giggling girls. I could never understand why they fell in love with my right. Why I felt, and that's why I fell in love with my right hand. I'm a wanker, a wanker. It does me good like bloody hell. Put some punctuation. Is that a song? Is that a song, Andrew? I was born in the wrong body. I would like a slimmer waist and some kind of. You can have a slim waist. Ask Claire with an eye what you should do. And I don't even agree with her. But you have to pay attention to what you eat. You have to not eat more. You got to eat less to lose weight. And every day, it's a struggle. Every day, I want to eat more and more. More and more. That's what happened in the U.S., Kermit. Normal people cannot afford the same housing they could have 30 years ago. How will your kids ever afford one? They will afford one because number one, we're going to stop mass immigration. We're going to stop divorce. There's going to be no more divorce, or my kids will have to move. Unfortunately, you're blaming the really big companies for raising prices. Well, prices have been going up. Inflation has. How the fuck does anyone get on the property ladder these days, Lewis? Solve that problem for young adults. I'll wait for the proper answer. The proper answer is preventing divorce, preventing the council from owning flats, preventing mass immigration. I think those are three things. Stay in love. Don't get a divorce. My wife kicked me out of the house. I wanted to leave. She was screaming at me every single second. I went in, I moved here. Ivor Biggins and the Red-Nosed Burglars. What is that? Who are those people? You didn't miss the who's Jew, but Fink is Jewish. He's Jewish because Jewish people are more productive, doing really great things and doing evil things. But all those people, how many people have a Blackstone account? Have a whatever, all those three companies. I'd like a button. Eating more doesn't go there. Yeah, eating more. You are thin and beautiful, Liz Bentley. Remember Liz Bentley? She was sitting right here. And because it's really hard to be thin, because it's really hard. I mean, don't take pills. My husband and myself took my son and his girlfriend in so they could save up for a deposit of a house. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Basically, they let house prices go up and up and up. They let me stay in here. They didn't kick me out of the house. In America, they kicked people out. And they kicked people out, which is what they should have done here, but they didn't do it here because they didn't want to lose the boomer vote. Whatever system we have, it gets corrupted because humans can't resist the temptation to exploit others. Bosses exploit workers. Workers exploit bosses. No, you didn't say that, but socialists enrich themselves and ordinary folks struggle. Some ordinary folks make tons of money, and some workers exploit their bosses. But a communist system, like the system that is in this country, kills people. They're murderers. I told friends this 3 years ago, and they thought I was a Fruit Loop. What did you say 3 years ago? Are you eating carbs? Yeah, I'm eating carbs. I'm eating a small 40 grams worth of orange. Can you see this? That's about 20 grams, so about 40 grams. Judas. I was hoping for a real world answer. Stupid me. I should have known that preventing divorce would solve the housing problem. I tell you what, my empty flat next door, the council bought. Okay? And they put in people from a foreign country in here because they had a kid or whatever the story was. They haven't been here for a year. They're paying probably next to no rent. So they're in Spain and they're paying however much they're paying for emergency housing. That's the council. Can it be done overnight? No, because you people who listen to me are right-wing crazy people. You're nutcases like I am. Maybe not as much of a nutcase. And you think the council should be building more and more and more housing. Let's give them more and more. So we need more tax revenues to give them more and more housing. So, why don't you say what you're going to do, which is you're going to fight against council housing. Fabian Society are communists, and they do kill us, says Lorna. Well, this is what I believe. I mean, I never even heard of the Fabian Society until I moved here. But when this country goes bankrupt, they will blame the bankers, they'll blame the American government, they'll blame the Jews. But it'll be your own fault, Lewis. I moved in next door to you. The language is me speaking when drunk. Did you move in next door to me? Oh, sorry. You're saying that my neighbor is drunk. They're nice people. The system is barely that different, Lewis. Look at the graphs in both countries comparing house prices with the average wage and inflation. I think the U.S. is better, but it's comparatively the same. Exactly, because the communists took over America too. You don't think Larry Fink is not a communist? Whatever he wants the state. He wants to have buy huge swaths of land. I'm against this people owning more than one, but okay, it's insane, Cuffy. But as someone said to me, it's kind of him to broadcast his mental breakdown. Yeah. I think it is, Joodles. It is nice of me because let's say you don't agree with me. You could say, you see that Lewis Schaffer, he's against council housing, so it proves my point. It makes you feel better. Does it make you feel better? I think it could. Hi, no carb Lewis fans and fanatics. You come late. You don't realize we've been screaming at each other. Yeah, I'm insane because it's like you're digging your own grave. This country has dug its own grave. The money will run out. Okay? You can't be keeping on building council houses to give it to people who pay less money, Lewis. Nobody can possibly agree with you because you contradict yourself every 5. That's another argument. I don't think I have contradicted myself. Have I contradicted myself? Jewel. I mean, my problem is I'm a comedy genius. I'm an internationally famous celebrity. It's a best supporting artist, stand-up comic, recently seen on TV, a TV pundit, recently seen on GB News. And I think people have a crazy idea of what I'm going to say. I say defend yourselves. You missed it, but thank you very much, Keith Moore, then, for coming in. You are champion two opposite systems simultaneously. You talk like an elite, yet can't afford to buy your sons their own houses. And no, they will never be able to afford them on their own as it is. I mean, we don't know what's going to happen. They could afford something. Maybe not here in London. Maybe not forever. Maybe not in Britain. Maybe not forever. Maybe in Britain. Maybe they could go and they could figure out a way to do something. Supreme Court is loaded with Republican judges, 5-4, I think, and lost the ruling 6-3. 2 Republican judges went against Trump. I mean, they're judges. Some of them are idiots, really. I like watching Lewis, but I'm not sure about the shirt. Is it a bit, I don't know. It doesn't look like it's a nice shirt. It's a nice shirt. I just wanted to wear something new for you people. How far back does recently on GB News go, Mr. Cuffass? I don't know, as long as I want to say that it goes. Maybe 5 years ago. Lewis, you said everything on GB News. I was thinking, Claire said. Yeah. And I'm not going to say everything you agree with, but maybe make you think. Your sons will do very well and get great jobs or rich partners. Thank you very much, Liz Bentley. Thank you very, very much. The country is trapped by communism. The thing we can do, the easiest thing we can do, maybe it's hard, is to say, I don't support it. I don't support communism. One works in a cafe and the other doesn't work. He does work. How the hell can they afford to buy houses? They can't afford to buy houses right now. They can't. They can't. And one of the reasons they can't afford to buy houses is because women are working. Women are working. Back in the day, women didn't work and men were able to buy houses. I'm sorry I said that. I should never have said that. I'm sorry I said that, Joodles. We find our chaos in Lewis's regime to make it out there, facing Team World. Well, that's what I'm saying. Is it dangerous for me to talk like this? Boy in the Striped Pajamas, a good film. Liz Bentley says. Let's look at the history of the U.S. and the U.K. in the past 50 years, yet say we don't know what will happen. It's fairly certain, unless something happens that you don't agree with. It's fairly certain, unless something happens that you don't agree with. What do you mean by that? I don't know what you mean by that. When the country prevents divorce. Yeah, that's one of the things that we have to stop, prevent. We got to make it so, yeah, and we got to make it so people can be industrious. There's enough houses in this country, except when people are from other countries, 1 million people every year are given free housing. Communism hasn't caused property inflation. 40 years ago, people in their 20s had no issue affording a house in the U.S. or the U.K. Yeah, well, it's been way more communism in 40 years, and way more divorce. Marianne is here. You can talk any way you want, Lewis. Thank you, Marianne. Thank you. You can maybe explain the American system. Maybe you can explain it. Why did the government send mothers to work? Ask that. Because the government is in America, because they're a communist government. And they needed women to, they believe they needed women to work, because women can work as hard as men, as smart as men, as good as men. So they just said, well, we'll just have women work. And then they continued to work, and they thought, well, I'll just keep on working. Lewis gives backstage blowies. That's a fact. Don't tell anybody. Munkle. Okay. Have you ever been sectioned, Lewis? No, I've never been sectioned. I'm still in one piece. There are my arms. Such a coincidence. Housing is out of reach of every Western country now. Yes. And every Western country is a communist country. Germany, France, Italy. They're all communist. I'm using the word communist. It's liberating for me. They're all nice socialists. They're all building housing for people. They're all they're all taking money from people. If they didn't take so much in taxes, people would be able to afford better housing. Good job the boat people are flooding in then, Lewis, because this is what Judel says, because they're the ones who don't let women get divorced or work or go to school, in some cases even leave their house. Yeah, and when those people take over, it'll be a different world. But it won't be a different world because they're incapable of making money. The thing about women is that they help collect taxes. I read this. I'm not even making this up. But every working woman pays more money in taxes than they would if they stayed home collecting, and then they collect benefits. They make more money. Mandami wants to put a new 10% tax on New Yorkers to fill the hole in the budget. Yeah, let him do. Yeah, well, people voted for him down there because they don't hate the Jews as much as they used to. Government wanted more money with women working. This was planned with feminists. Yes, it was planned. They wanted more money with women working. But the price is when you have women working, they don't have children. They're not as happy. They're making lives miserable. So Lorna says socialism doesn't work. Eventually it doesn't work. Look at the countries that have been socialists. Look at the countries, Venezuela, Cuba, Nicaragua. Look at the countries, the Soviet Union, the Eastern Bloc. Look at the countries of communism, Britain, France, Judels. They're not allowed to talk to other women either. At least Lewis Women allows women on here. Yes, and I do talk to women. I do listen to your opinion. Your bin lids could buy a house where I live, Lewis, says Lud. Lud. It's cheap as chips around here. Free duvet with every mortgage. Okay, where is that? Where is that? California and New York will see exodus of those who cannot afford to live there. I mean, that's historically been true, and that's what makes America great. You can leave one state, and move to another. Everybody like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Yes, Marianne, they'll leave if it's going to charge 10% taxes and taxes and taxes and taxes. What, for people to live in social housing in New York? Horrible. He's managed to get rid of so many women, Liz. You won't even come back. Yeah, maybe a lot of women don't like me. They don't like me. I'm sorry. The governments are ignoring the Angles and Saxons. I'm trying to start a movement where we ignore the leaders. Yeah, well, you try ignoring the leaders. They will arrest you. They'll come knock on your door like with Claire. So you think they take taxes equals to 4 times the average wage. We are paying 80% taxes, are we? In the U.S., they all say taxes equal 50% of your wage. But would double wages be enough to afford houses? Probably double wages would be enough to afford houses. And what caused this housing thing is inflation, which cut the wages of people, which is why it's 4 times. Venezuela and Cuba would be fine if certain countries stopped sanctioning them. Yeah, blame America. And while you're at it, Streaky Bacon, blame America and blame the Jews. It's the Jews, and blame America. America made Cuba a horrible country. No, it wasn't that. It wasn't that at all. And I'm going to tell you something. With Cuba, when you live next to a big man, you should be nice to the big man. It's about time. America, just whatever. You haven't been switched off. Have you been switched off, Vatnai? Have you said anything? I haven't noticed. No, it wasn't us. I love Vatnai. What is the name of the town? What is the name of the town you live in, Lud? Lots of love in the chat. Lots of love. I love you people. I love you for being here. I love you even if you're wrong, and I think you guys are wrong. Is America a better country? I think America was heading exactly the same place as Britain was heading. Not everybody this is the blame the Jews section. Well, when you sit there and say Venezuela is a shithole because Venezuela wasn't boycotted by America. We should move to Hull. It's even cheaper than Liverpool. And Dubes might pop by. You're saying, Chartella saying in Billericay. I'm sorry, ladies. I love Lewis more than all of you added together. Thank you very much, Claire, without an I. That's really nice. Yes, I shall. Trump is causing a future humanitarian crisis with his evil action. Well, you can believe that. Lewis Schaffer loves Donald Trump. The imports are a wage-suppressing tools of the state. Toxic oil. Yes, Yeah, by shipping out American industry to shitty foreign countries, or even not so shitty foreign countries. It it suppressed income in the state. Toxic. I agree with that completely. Some states have lower taxes. Many New Yorkers relocate when they retire to a southern state like South Carolina, where housing and living expenses are cheaper. Yeah, they do. Just like I've been watching tons of videos about going to Thailand, where I guess it used to be cheaper, but you have some woman basically take all your money. So it's no different than here. Venezuela is fucked over by the U.S. You want to believe that, Streaky Bacon. You believe that. You believe that. And I've actually been to Venezuela. 26 people watching. It's pathetic, John Van. Yeah, so 8 likes. Like the stream. Maybe the people don't like what I'm talking about. Maybe you don't like it. I don't know. I haven't heard anything yet. Okay. It might be 6 likes if he carries on like this. Yeah, I know you don't like it. I know you don't like what I'm saying, but I'm going to say it. I don't want to live a life where I can't say what I want to say. New Hampshire has no state taxes, sales tax, but are the houses affordable? They're a bit close to Boston. I love President Trump, and I have a T-shirt with him on it. Yeah, I love him too. Lewis is as Lewis does. I love it, me. Yeah, I'm doing what I'm doing. I mean, you're not going to hear this from it. I don't know. Maybe you will hear it. Who else do you hear it from? Maybe I have to be in America for you to hear this. I've lived here for 25 years or more now. I understand. 31. Okay, it's probably karma dissing me. Okay. How would we know what we're allowed to speak if we weren't censored more and more of the time? Yeah, Keith asks. We're just censored. They come knock on the door. That's why it's good. You could protect yourself. Lilith. I've posted my censored chat on Discord. Why? I'll come look at it later. Trump is totally controlled by Israel. He doesn't want war with Iran. But Netanyahu, I guess not yet. So Trump will listen to his master. I got news for you. Trump is slightly older than me. He remembers what Iran did to America when with the Iran hostage crisis. And I remember those days. They were horrible days. Punish Iran. I believe that. And Donald Trump does believe that. And for you to say he's controlled by Israel has 10 million people, if that many. Okay? No, Lewis is Lewis and wants people to think. I want people to think. He does the opposite of what he says a lot of the time. I do the opposite. But that doesn't mean I don't believe it. Should I force people to stay married to each other? I'm not sure. Do I think women should not be allowed to work? I'm probably not. But do I think women should not be allowed to vote? I think that wouldn't be very nice. But maybe it's the right thing for the country. I am self-censored already, and I'm giving you all what it's left. We all self-centered. Because I think to myself, am I going to have to sit here and talk to you people as if I am not what I am? Am I going to have to say, oh, I love council housing? Right? Am I going to have to find a way to love council housing? What are you saying, Joe? We're fighting for a place in Lewis's queue, which I am the head of. Claire is the head of Lewis's queue. Number 2 is Joodles. And number 3 is Claire. But Claire, without an eye, could jump ahead. This is hopeless. I'll just talk about fluffy rabbits. Oh, and are YouTube's blocking what you're saying? That's horrific. It's horrific. YouTube is a communist, leftist-owned fascist regime. Iran never made it to war in 300 years. How much wars have Israel caused? Iran is killing 40,000 mother effing people. Iran was at war. That's bullshit. Was at war with Iraq. Iran has proxies and paying money for Hezbollah and Hamas. Okay? So don't say Iran was never at war. Was never at war. Okay? And the USS Liberty, because Israel was at war and they did maybe they made a mistake or maybe they did it on purpose. So what? Israel is not at war with America. Do we even pay tax when they can print money? Why do we pay tax, says John Van Dam? Because you can't print money willy-nilly, or willy-billy, as you say, because it just causes inflation. Okay? And money, and I mean, whatever. How come my XP is only 25? I don't know why that is. Keep on fighting. Keep on fighting, Shortell. And Shortell is way up there. I put a number, but anyone could be one tomorrow. You find out where I live, you call me. I'll meet you around the corner. And I'll see what you look at. If you beg me, I will, whatever. Lewis, you haven't welcomed our new contributor. I don't see his name. Maybe his name is blocked. Maybe Kermit blocked the name. Have you blocked anybody's name? Bibi played hummus via another Arab state. Played hummus via another Arab state. What does that mean? He played hummus. If you are the carer, Claire, Lilith, if you are the carer and I'm the companion, yeah, we can all be in this together. Or not. We can just be loving. It was not a war with Iraq. It was not a war. They were defending themselves, just like they did a few months ago when Netanyahu started they were defending themselves. You want to believe that? You believe that. You want to believe in Islam? You believe in Iran? You go there. Ulrich. What did Ulrich say? I jumped ahead. I lost a place there. Lewis. The banks digitally print money every day. The reason they take tax is to make it sound legitimate. Yes, they do print money. And what does printing money do? It makes physical stuff more valuable than money. Money, there wasn't quite as much inflation as there was. Yeah, FB. We could all be loving. Yes, that's true. I'm trying to be loving, Joodles. I'm trying to be loving. But I love you, Joodles. I'm trying to be loving. I used to see crazy stuff on Facebook and just go to the comments and ignore the actual post. This stream is getting like this. Yeah, well, ignore what I have to say and read what people are saying. Some people agree with you and some people don't. And even if everyone disagreed with me, everyone, which looks like pretty close to that, okay? Everyone disagrees with me. I would still say what I'm going to say. I despise Islam, Streaky Bacon says, but it's their country and they do not want to be part of a greater Israel project. Most people in Iran are against their fascist Islamic dictatorship. Streaky Bacon. You want to believe that the Iranian people, most of them, they don't want to. And they're not all Muslims there. And the people who go to the mosques are getting fewer and fewer. Being loving will spread to YouTube like a virus in the Matrix. Yeah, I should be more loving. Keith, then. And who owns the physical stuff? Not the average person who is spending all their money on rent or bills. Exactly. The state is printing money. Who is the state? Communism. It's a communist state. It's a big government state. We need less and less. That's what I'm saying. And meanwhile, they're throwing stuff out. The money system is a fractional reserve, and they removed the reserve in the COVID days. It's all fake and gay and play. Yeah. It's the communist system. Paul says standard of living is way higher in the U.S. than in the U.S. Mississippi is one of the poorest states. It might be the poorest state and has higher living standards than the U.S. on average. Google, you want to Google a 3-bedroom house with a 2-car garage. Why don't you Google that? Let's Google that right now. Let's Google me buying. What if they, Chantel, your friends who live in Iran, but they've been sending videos. I agree that the mosques are emptying in Iran, though. So let them stop installing puppet governments. Yeah, maybe we should stop that. Well, we let them live for 50 years. But let's go over here. I'm going to find out how much a 3-bedroom house in Mississippi. USA. Let's see what it is. In Zillow. Okay, let's look here. And then we got to run. We've got to run. Because I actually thought to myself, well, how much would it cost to live in Mississippi? Let's go look here, everybody. There we go. In Mississippi. I don't even know where this place is. Where is this place? Oh, my God. Is this in USA? It's in Hattiesburg. Look at these houses. Okay, how about this house here? 3-bedroom, 3 baths, 2,200 square feet. A house for sale in Hattiesburg. Is that beautiful? Can you see these houses? This is Mississippi. And you've been told this country is so prosperous. Your wife number 1. What for you, Alan Williams? I love that house. Let's buy it, Lilith. Yes. Let's buy the house. There's tons of houses here that have the garages. Which is the garage? Let's buy the biggest house there. The biggest house there is still less money. The biggest house, where's the biggest house? £400,000. $400,000. Built in 1984. It's on 1.3. Look at the woods it's got. It's surrounded by woods. £382,000. What's special? Privacy and charm. And it's in Mississippi. What's the weather like in Mississippi? I'm just saying. This is what I'm saying. This is a great country. I love this country. There we go. Okay, the biggest employers now in the West are the spy agency from the US, UK, Israel, who live in Iran, etc. Our living standards are roughly equal to Slovakia. Yes. Is that true? Streaky Bacon. Yeah. Where is the money going to come from to build all these houses for people? Where's the money when you want to raise more taxes? Look at the people. Nobody wants to build anything in this country. Look what's happening in China. China had a bad attitude and nobody won. You guys have been amazing. Can I tell you something? You guys have been amazing. I've been amazing. You've been so good to me. And what do? I just yell at you. I call you communists. I don't like communism. So I should not call you communists. But I think if you support council housing, if you support, preventing people from owning homes and whatever, this is the school district of Hattiesburg. Let's just go back to here. Okay, sorry, tell me. Let's get in the window capture. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Toxic oil. I'm not an economist. I just know there are certain things you need to do. When did this country, the West, got too rich? It got too rich. And we just started to think, well, we don't even need to be married. We don't need to work for somebody. The government can give us our own money. That's what happened to us. We got too rich. We got too rich. And now this is it. Anyway, it's Friday. It's Friday. Today is Friday. Everybody like the stream. There's only 18 people liking the stream. Let's like the stream. Let's maybe give the stream a Ko-fi. Because I listen to you people. I shouldn't listen to you because I'm so much better than you people. If you could only back up your rants with facts, Lewis, all you do is think about what you've said, then look at the facts, and then you contradict. No, I know. It's a bit complicated. The whole thing is complicated. That's what I'm saying. It's complicated. It's not as simple. Buy the stream a cup of coffee, Kermit says. Thank you. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It's so easy. Just go down below and click one of those buttons. Make sure you've clicked the buttons. Even if you're mad at me, you want this thing to keep on going, don't you? You want a place to go to talk to your friends, to have some sort of illicit rendezvous with each other. You want people who agree with you, and you want people who don't agree with you, who are fighting for this country. And pick your numbers. Everybody pick your numbers while I read the top fans. Remember, the first person to come up with a number wins. So come up with a number. But let's read the top fans thing. We've got 29 people. Alex is 29. And Girl from Mars is 30. And Julian is 27. And Ron Smith is 26. And Chartel is 25, and Vatanai is 24, and Ulrich, an old-fashioned European name. I think is that your name? But it's a good name. Dave Toby at 22, Alan Williams at 20, Keith Morthan is 20. So these are people, they're rising up. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Lilith is there at 19, and 18, Streaky Bacon. Selaire, nothing but fighting with me the entire time because he loves Joodles, and he's maybe jealous of Lewis, or maybe jealous of Joodles. Who knows what the story is? There's Bentley. Look at how beautiful Bentley is. Beautiful Liz Bentley. Great name. Elizabeth Bentley. Toxic Goyhole is 15. John Van Dam is 14. Ludd is 13. Another lover. Mary Ann, all the way in the United States of America. They're raising taxes 10%. With a real, he doesn't even call himself a communist, but he is a communist. Okay, number 11 is Andrew Rubin, and number 10 is Maltese Phil, beautiful Maltese Phil. Army of M is 9. Paul Yoward is 8. Lorna Hutchinson is 7. Number 6 is Joodles. Claire is 5 without an I. That's our Claire is 5. 4 is Joe Warrior Princess. Claire with an I is 3. Hi-Ho Kermit is 2. You're back up in there. Hi-Ho Kermit. And the winner again, always the winner, because he's participating at a record number, 150 points, is Mr. Steve Cuff. So a round of applause for Steve Cuff. Everybody, can you like this thing? And the winner is... Did anybody guess the winner, Kermit? The actual winner, the actual number exactly. I didn't understand the Kermit is there. He is the statistician. Nobody guessed it, so keep on guessing. What is the winner? You can keep on guessing. I'll tell you who came close. Thank you, Kermit. But we need an actual winner. Who came up? So keep on guessing the total. Okay? Keep on guessing the total. Chartel says 33. Joe says 32. Keep on guessing, everybody. Mr. Cuff says 36. Who's the top number? Chartel says 31. Streaky Bacon says 32. Claire without an I is 27. Keep on guessing. Keep on guessing. Joe Warrior says 39. We're very modern. All the kids get a prize, win or lose. Well, you get a little bit of respect for being here. Yeah, you do. You're not number one. you don't get a prize. I should give out a prize. I'm going to go online and put the Prince Andrew plate up. I think that's funny. It'll make people laugh. Judel says 6. She's just angry at me. She's angry at me. She's angry at me. When Chartel is laughing, probably at Judels. Come on, we only have 3 minutes left. Salaire says 38. Okay, I'm going to ask one more time, and then I'm going to say who came closest. Okay, am I right, Kermit? Is that what I should do? I should say who came closest. Joe says 41. No. That plate is older than most of Andrew's friends. Yeah, likes young women because men like young women. They like young women. I like young women, but I like older women too. I'm the only person on earth. Okay, so no one has guessed the actual number, but I'll give out 2 prizes. Are you ready? The 2 prize winners are. Hold on a second. Let me make sure I've got this down. You're giving up. Don't give up. Don't give up on us, baby. And the winner, the number is 31. 31 is 30, not 31, not 31, not 31. I made a mistake, 30. And Cuffy got 29, and Chartel got 31. So Chartel is 1 number above, and Cuffy is 1 number below. Okay. So there you go. It's been a great, great, great show. The role of government is to regulate against market manipulation, such as BlackRock. Maybe. Yeah. Chartel and Mr. Cuff both won. I hate to worry people, but take a look at Discord for my censored post. It's very strange. We'll all go look there. Everybody go to Discord. Everybody go to Twitter. Are you on Twitter? Make sure you're on Twitter. That's my father. That's my father. I'm having a breakdown. I am having a breakdown. I apologize for my breakdown. Give the prize to my daughter, Lewis. There you go. She gets a prize and Mr. Cuff gets a prize. Go on to Twitter. Go on to Discord. Go to Ko-fi. We'll see you. I'm going to stay online for a second. We'll see you tonight at 10:30, I guess. I hope you come back.